So, people tell me that I am different. And I don't see myself as different. I see myself as something or someone who needs a bit of help. I have struggled with anorexia, and I have struggled with bulimia. I also have struggled with self-harming. It's like every other original teenager, I guess. I mean, who doesn't struggle with something? But I think in my case, it's just to the point where I don't know what to do anymore. I find myself trying to get help, but I also find myself with something other than finding help. I have always been a person who didn't care what people thought. You know, I always took everything so serious. You know, like Joker said, why so serious? But I have come to the conclusion that I don't want help. I always see myself as somebody who's wanted help, who has, I don't know, not ever really made a choice. I've struggled with anorexia for such a long time. I've struggled with bulimia for such a long time that half the time I don't know what I want anymore. I mean, I grew up everybody telling me, oh, you're so skinny. Oh, you know, you're like a toothpick. You're like a pencil. Like, you're just so small. Like, why would you want to make yourself even more skinny? Like, you have the perfect body. I didn't really see what everybody else saw. I saw myself as somebody who was fat, who had cellulite, who had chub rub, who didn't have a thigh gap as wide as I wanted my thigh gap to be. I mean, I was grateful that I could see my collarbones, that I could feel them and touch them, that I could feel my hip bones. But it's like, now that I am an adult, I don't see what other people saw. You know, I'm looking back at old pictures and I'm thinking, wow, I was really skinny. But now that I see myself as an adult, I don't see myself as skinny. I see myself as somebody who's fat, who's gross, who doesn't need to eat a meal, who doesn't need to have something in her belly because that's just going to make her gain more weight. I see myself as somebody who needs to come to terms with, you know, how I feel about myself. I feel about myself as somebody who's gross and who neglects her body, who, you know, overeats, who doesn't take care of herself. And I have come to the conclusion that I have suffered for too long, and that I want to curl up half the time and just cry because I am, you know, just gross. I don't love the fact that I've gained weight. I don't love the fact that I've gone through recovery several times. I don't like the fact that I can't do what I want. I can't come to terms with it. I don't want to be fat anymore. I don't want to have cellulite. I don't want to have stretch marks. I don't want to have flab. I'm okay with being skinny. I'm okay with being able to have people tell me that I'm anorexic or bulimic. I don't care if people think that I need to gain weight or, anything like that. I just want to be happy, and me being happy is me hurting myself. I don't understand why people just don't understand that. I have my lovely fiance, we're gonna get married, but, sometimes I feel like I'm hurting him somehow. He tells me that, he supports me 100%. He tells me that, he'll love me no matter what. But if I'm gonna go with being pro, I don't know how he's gonna feel. I don't know if he's actually gonna support me. I don't know what to think. I just want to be skinny. I want to be able to curl up inside and just hide. I just want to not feel like I'm that little girl anymore. I want to feel like, I have a chance with something. I've had so much trauma in my life. I don't think that I've had it worse than anybody else. I'm sure that, I'm not sure, I know there's a lot of people out there who have had it rougher than me. But I have gone through some hell. I've gone through hell and back. I was adopted at 4. I was put in foster care on my 2nd birthday. I was malnourished. I would shove food in my pockets. I'd binge over and over and over. I was molested. I was raped by my adopted father. I was molested before the age of 2 by my birth father. I just don't want to struggle anymore. I don't want to have to sit there and see myself hurt anymore. Whenever I self-harm, that's only because I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything. I've gotten so used to turning off my emotions that, if I didn't want to show my emotion right now, I could just turn it off. But I'm hurting inside, and I don't know how not to hurt. I've had so much great in my life, but I've had so much more hurt. And I just don't know what to do. But I've made my decision on going pro. I've made that decision. Even though I haven't told my parents. At least my fiance knows. And I'm guessing all of you know now. So, yeah. This is just one of the very many few to come. So, it's my life choice, and that's what I'm gonna make it as.